guys, it's Khristina from Redefine Creative, and I am playing in my Traveler's Notebook from Scrapping Wonders today. And so this is where I get basically all of my inserts, and so there you kind of saw me flip through the previous pages that I had done. And this month at Scrapping Wonders, we are doing a collaboration with Accent Scrapbooking, which is an online store that specializes in all kinds of flair. And her flair badges are absolutely fantastic. I absolutely recommend you go check out her store because I love ordering from her because her flair badges are so unique. And so what I decided to do today is to play along with a sketch challenge. And this is a challenge that Myra, one of my scrappy friends, posted in the MercyTiara 27-Day Challenge Facebook group. And so I decided to take her sketch and adjust it to fit into my Traveler's Notebook because I felt like this sketch was one that was just screaming to be used in a Traveler's Notebook format. And so you can see the sketch there on the screen. And basically all I'm doing is I'm staying pretty true to the sketch. I'm just making the scale smaller. So what I typically do when I'm working in my Traveler's Notebook is I cut one big piece of paper that fits across an entire Traveler's Notebook spread, which you see there in that black and white kind of dash lined paper that's going to be my background. And then what I do is just bend it a tiny bit at where the middle point is going to be so that I can make sure that I line everything up to where it will cut appropriately. So the first part of this sketch that really caught my eye was these different strips of pattern paper. So I pulled out a bunch of kind of leftovers and branding strips and scraps, and these are all things that I just had in my stash. They're from, I believe most of these are from old Felicity Jane kits. And I'm just stacking them up to kind of create those layers that were in the original sketch. And then I went ahead and printed my photo, which is just, it's a little smaller than a 4x4. And it's just a photo of the announcement that was put on the Click Kits Instagram page when it was announced that I was part of the new design team. And so this idea of designing and design teams in something is something that's very important to me. And so this is something that's going inside my personal Traveler's Notebook. And I wanted to make sure here that I'm lining it up so that I'm not cutting through anyone's profile picture. So there's a white border kind of in this grid that goes automatically through that photo. So I'm making sure that I'm lining that photo up with that spot so that when I cut this layout in half to go in my Traveler's Notebook, it's going to cut in a place that's going to work. And then what I'm going to go ahead and do is take my circle punch, and I'm going to punch a bunch of circles out of other either Project Life cards or pattern papers that had some of the colors and patterns that I wanted to include. And this is to create that element in the sketch where there's a bunch of layered circles. Now I am just going to do single layers of circles, but I'm going to overlap them. So rather than having kind of overlapping different size circles, all of my circles are going to be the same size. And I am going to go ahead off camera and trace around them with that black Sharpie pen, just so that I get a little bit more definition between the different pattern papers. And then I'm also going to include 2 of those flare badges as part of my circular elements. So that's where I was talking about that this sketch worked really well, both for the Traveler's Notebook size and for including that flare badges that I wanted to include. And so I'm just using my Zotz Bling, which is something I like to use to attach sequins, but it also works really well for flare. And I'm going to put one in the top left and one in the bottom right, and they just say collect beautiful moments and keeping memories. And these were some flare badges that Accent Scrapbooking designed, especially for the Scrapbooking Wonders design team. So it was an exclusive design that we all had to play with this month. Along with some other flare badges that you'll be seeing from all of us throughout the month. So do make sure that you check out everybody on the Scrapping Wonders design team who's also playing with flare badges and Traveler's Notebooks throughout this month. And we do have a big blog hop coming up with Accent Scrapbooking as well within this next week. So then I went ahead and grabbed these puffy stickers, and I believe these are from the Willow collection from Felicity Jane. And I'm going to add the word dream, and then I'm also going to add a bunch of the little circles and triangles, and I'm just going to scatter those throughout my embellishments. So I kind of have this diagonal pattern going on throughout my layout. And then I go ahead and pull out this ephemera pack, and I was trying to decide if I wanted some flowers, but I ended up not going with those. And I did find this little banner that says "Love This," so we're going to use that as part of my title at the top, and then we're going to put this adventure down here at the bottom. And so the full title for this spread is going to be "Love This Adventure." And then I am going to put 2 of these little banners underneath the title that just say "Wonderful" and "A Happy Day." And then I also grabbed that little kind of border strip with the scallops and put it underneath the word "dream" to add a little more detail up in there. And that is essentially going to do it for this layout. So the thing I love about working in these Traveler's Notebook inserts, especially from Scrapbooking Wonders, is it's a fast and easy way to put together a layout. It's a good way for me to record a memory that may not take up real estate in my 12 by 12 family albums, but is definitely something for me that I want to be able to document. And then the other thing I love about these particular inserts is that they hold up really well to all these different layers and things that I want to put on my pages. So I definitely am not a flat page scrapbooker, and so her inserts have held up really well with all of these layers that I want to include. And then I just did a little bit of journaling talking about how it was a dream of mine to make this amazing design team. And I take one last look at all these Felicity Jane stamps to decide if there's anything that I want to add there, and I don't find any. So I decide that I guess my layout is done. So do make sure that you stop by and check out the MercyTiara 27-Day Challenge Facebook group. Also make sure that you check out the Accent Scrapbooking Flare Badge store, and I have a link for that down below, as well as Scrapping Wonders for all of your Traveler's Notebook inserts. And I'll see you again soon. Bye!